Look, I'm CPU. Yeah, I'm probably the epic one though. What's going on, my beautiful governors? Welcome to any Rise of Kingdoms video. Today we are going to compare two best marches to get 30 million kills during the KVK. If you guys don't know, 30 million kills is a KVK achievement which gives you some cool rewards. But other than the in-game rewards of the achievement, it just feels really good to be able to reach that goal in a single KVK. Alright, let's discuss pros and cons of Attila Nevsky and Pakal Harald. Let's not go, because first we are gonna take a look at today's sponsor, Grand Cross W. Welcome to Grand Cross W, a brand new 4X strategy simulator from Netmarble based on a brand new anime IP. This anime style game is coming to Android and PC, and Netmarble is giving you the chance to test out the game and provide feedback between August 20th and 29th. In Grand Cross W, we can expand our territory and customize it, join an alliance, create an alliance, capture a bunch of world objects, and we can join in server versus server wars. There is just so much to explore in this world, so there is something for everyone, from the PvE player to the hardcore PvP players. Discover your new strategy adventure with me. Click the link in my bio to download the open beta for free from August 20th and 29th on Android and PC devices. And by participating in the beta test, you will be able to experience all of the game's content, and on top of that, you will unlock exclusive skins for your character and for your castle at launch. If you're an anime lover, make sure to check out Grand Cross W. I think the game is going to be a blast. Now, let's start discussing these two beastly open field pairs. First, we will talk about pros, and then we will talk about their cons. Starting off with Attila Nevsky, this march is very tanky for a cavalry march. Usually, cavalry marches deal tons of damage, but dies very quickly, such as XY Nevsky, Nevsky William, XY William, etc. But thanks to Attila's skill damage taken reduction and Nevsky's extra raw stats like health, extra defense, this march doesn't go down as easily as other cavalry marches. Pakal and Harald, on the other hand, is just extremely tanky. Even though Harald reduces his own troops' defense, Pakal is an absolute tank. He has a shield, he has 30% increased health, he has 10% all damage taken reduction, and he further reduces the all damage taken per target that is attacking him, and then on top of that, he further reduces the damage taken 20% after a skill cost. So Harald is reducing his own defense is not a big problem when you pair him with Pakal. Since Attila Nevsky is a cavalry march, they are just very fast naturally on the map, which allows you to catch enemies who are running away and also lets you retreat safely when needed. Plus, Attila gives extra 15% march speed and Nevsky gives 20% march speed, so this march becomes one of the fastest open field marches in Rise of Kingdoms. Trust me, having high march speed in open field in Rise of Kingdoms is more important than it looks. It's super flexible, you can catch your enemies, you can also retreat safely when needed, as I said, so that's another pro of Attila and Nevsky. Another pro of Pakal and Harald is the skill synergy. Mainly Pakal's damage reduction skill and Harald's constant skill cast. Pakal's expertise reduces the damage taken from all sources 20% for 5 seconds after using an active skill. And guess what? Harald's Stamford Bridge skill allows him to cast his active every almost 5 seconds with 20% chance, and those extra active skills that are triggered by Stamford Bridge activates Pakal's 20% damage taken reduction, which makes them extremely tanky together in open field. Every time you cast that skill, you are gonna reduce the damage taken from expertise of Pakal. It's amazing. It is what makes them extremely tanky in the open field. Next pro of Attila and Nevsky is that they deal very good amount of damage in both situations. What I mean by both situation is being targeted and not targeted. Because when targeted, Attila's counterattack damage kicks in and they deal bunch of damage thanks to that counterattack, And when not targeted, this time Nevsky make this march deal tons of damage, so you can put serious amount of severely wounded troops in your enemy's hospital in both scenarios. Because being able to deal lots of damage when targeted and not targeted is going to get you a lot of kills in the open field in Rise of Kingdoms. When it comes to Pakal and Harald, they shine with counterattack damage. Yes, they deal good amount of skill damage, but the main source of severely wounded units of this march is the crazy amount of counterattack damage bonus they have. Harald's expertise give him extra 20% counterattack damage and 2% more counterattack damage per target that's surrounding him. Also, when attacked by more than one march, Harald's skills become some sort of an AoE, dealing damage to the attackers around him. Pakal makes him extremely tanky when swarmed, so you deal lots of damage while taking very small amount of damage in swarm. It's a very efficient march. You deal tons of counterattack damage and you go down super slow. You're extremely tanky. I love it. By the way guys, let me know what you think about this avatar. Should we keep using it? Should we not keep using it? I love it. I think it adds some sort of uniqueness to the videos. Let me know what you think, and if you think any of the information was useful or helpful so far, please hit the like, hit the subscribe. It helps the channel more than you think. Thank you so much, and let's continue. Both of these marches are not a priority target on the field, which helps their survivability a lot. As you can see, Pakal and Harald is not even a target, let alone priority. When people attack a march on the field, 99% of the time, they do their best to select the most squishy march because they can get sad-faced very quickly, they get more kills, and they get very small amount of severely wounded in their hospitals. That's why when people see a Pakal primary or Attila primary, they will ignore it most of the time because these marches are extremely tanky and hard to kill, and they deal so much counterattack damage back, which is definitely not ideal for the attacker. So one of the main benefits of these marches is them not being a priority target. Next pro of Attila Nevsky pair is, this is a well-balanced march. They are not as tanky as, let's say, I don't know, Saladin Takeda, or they don't deal as much damage as XY Nevsky. But this march is a lot tankier than XY Nevsky and deals tons of more damage compared to Saladin Takeda. So if you are looking for a balanced march that's tanky enough and deals good amount of damage at the same time, Attila and Nevsky is perfect in my opinion. You are not gonna go down very quickly, but you will also deal good amount of damage. Okay, this pro of Pakal and Harald is underrated in my opinion, and it is being very good when you are lagging and not needing micromanagement. Because of the reasons we've discussed so far, you know them being very tanky, dealing lots of counterattack damage, etc. Even if you lag badly, which is a very common thing in open field by the way, since no one is targeting you, even if you lag, it's not a big issue. When you participate in open field fights where there are like 500 marches on your screen, the game lags. And it lags very badly sometimes, and let's say even if you recall a march in the middle of a fight, your recall command registered very late and your march just dies in the middle of the enemy. You get frustrated because it's lagging so bad and it is extremely annoying, but with Pakal and Harald, this is not the case. People avoiding hitting that march almost all the time, so even if you lag, I repeat, it is quite common in big open field fights. It's not as bad as getting lag while you're playing with other marches. So I think this is super important. Now let's move on to cons, and first con of Attila Nevsky is, they are not tanky as Attila Takeda, which means people avoid hitting you at first when they see Attila primary, but when they notice the secondary is not Takeda, it is Nevsky, some people will start targeting your march, which means unlike Pakal and Harald, you will need to micromanage that march, you will need to retreat when needed on the field, but as I said, they are extremely fast, so retreating shouldn't be a problem unless the game is lagging, so it's not as bad as, let's say, getting targeted with XY Nevsky, but it's still a minor con in my opinion, because most people when they see Attila, they're gonna assume that your secondary is Takeda, so they will completely avoid you, but when they see Nevsky, they will start attacking you, so it is a minor con. Pakal and Harald's con shouldn't be a surprise. They are so slow. It's like a siege march. Yes, most of the time you don't need to retreat as we discussed with this march, but the most annoying thing is people can just get away easily even with low HP. So if you are using Pakal and Harald, don't expect to catch anyone that are running away. They will usually manage to retreat before you can set face them. This is frustrating, but it is what it is. They're so tanky, they deal lots of damage, especially when swarmed, but they're extremely slow and people will get away. Second con of Attila and Nevsky is anti-skill damage synergy. As you guys already know, Nevsky is all about skill damage, but unfortunately, Attila reduces that skill damage of his own marches. But again, this is only a minor con in my opinion, because the skill damage of Nevsky is just super high. So even though I don't like any type of anti-synergy when pairing commanders, I think it is still worth it to pair them together, and it's a minor con, as I said, because yes, Attila will reduce the skill damage, but the skill damage Nevsky deals is so high, so it's just a minor con. You will still deal a lot of damage, both counterattack, normal attack, and skill. Last con of the discussion is Pakal and Harald's damage when not targeted. While we were talking about positives of Attila and Nevsky, we've said that they deal good amount of damage in both situations. And this is not the case for Pakal and Harald. There is a big difference between the amount of damage they deal when attacked or swarmed versus not targeted at all. However, again, I believe this is also a minor con as well, because I take dealing less damage and not getting targeted over dealing more damage and getting targeted by the enemy troops every single day. Dealing less damage when not targeted means that it will just take more time for you to get more kills. But when you're in KVK, time shouldn't be a big issue. As long as you are getting kills with small hospital builds, you are golden. There you guys have it, 2 of the best 30 million kill achievement marches we discussed. I think you cannot go wrong with both options. It only depends things like if you have a max Harald already or if you have a max Attila already. But one thing I must mention, Attila and Nevsky pair is a lot more accessible compared to Pakal and Harald. Yes, Harald is a Wheel of Fortune commander and anyone can get him, but Pakal is an MG commander and it is a late game commander. So Attila is also an MG commander, but since he's an early game commander, you can get his sculptures from numerous events such as Card King, Legendary Tavern, well, you can even get him in the daily chest, I think. And Nevsky is a wheel commander, so they are easily accessible for everyone. That's not the case for Pakal. I think we only had one event other than MGE to get his sculptures, I forgot its name. But who knows, maybe next KVK we will be able to summon him from different events. But for now, as I said, Attila and Nevsky is a lot more accessible for free-to-play and low spenders. Hope you guys liked it, hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, a simple like and subscribe is greatly appreciated. And if you are going to play your first season of Conquest KVK, check out this video right here, where we discussed best possible crystal tech upgrade order step by step. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.